I'm talking to Hassan Campbell right now. What appeared to me to be a movement to protect children from sex abuse became a opportunistic venture for one man to build a social media YouTube career off of his pain and the pain of other children. And I'm going to say this to you, Hassan, because you got time to fix this. I'm going to say this to you, Hassan Poppy Campbell, because you have time to fix this. It ain't too late. I don't have a problem with the Hip Hop Museum. I don't have a problem with the Hip Hop Museum, but I will say this. As an advocate of black children, I have to say this. No disrespect to the Zulu Nation. I'll be seeing my good brother Cassius D in Atlanta. No disrespect to the Zulu Nation. I'll be seeing my good brother Cassius D from the Zulu Nation in Atlanta on the 19th. But Africa Bambaata, until we have had a community tribunal on the allegations against Africa Bambaata, until there has been a community tribunal on the allegations against Africa Bambaata, he cannot be the curator of the Hip Hop Museum. This is Dr. Umar's official position. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's guilty. But until there has been a thorough investigation and community tribunal on the allegations made against Africa Bambaata so he can defend his name or so he can be convicted by the community. I'm not talking about court. I'm talking about community justice. We need a tribunal on the charges and allegations made against Africa Bambaata. And until Africa Bambaata has stand trial, until he has stood trial for the allegations made against him, he cannot be the curator of the Hip Hop Museum. That is my official position. I don't care who don't like it. If we're going to talk about peace, justice, and prosperity, let's talk about peace, justice, and prosperity. What up, Kev? All right, got you. All right, bro. So, listen, y'all, I'm not beating up on the hip hop community, and I respect the pioneers and fathers of hip hop. Okay, DJ Kool Herc is a friend of mine. DJ Kool Herc is a friend of mine. All I'm saying is I don't want us to go into the next 50 years of hip hop with the same garbage that plagues the hip hop community right now. Okay? If your 15-year-old child can't listen to a hip hop song, we have a problem. If your 15-year-old child can't listen to a hip hop song, we have a problem. If your 15-year-old daughter can't listen to a hip hop song, we have a problem. If I can't play that music inside of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, we have a problem. So that's number one. That's number one. That's number one. Okay? Hip hop didn't create the violence. Hip hop didn't create the gangs, but hip hop glamorizes it and popularizes it. Can we be honest? Or are we going to keep living in denial? Or are we going to keep living in denial? And when are we going to have the tribunal for Africa Bambaata? There needs to be a 50th year tribunal for allegations made against Africa Bambaata. You have to do that. You have to do it. He cannot be the progenitor of that museum if he's guilty. And I'm not saying that he is. I don't know. I'm not saying that he is. I don't know. But I do want to say this to Hassan Poppy Campbell, who's had my name in his mouth the last couple weeks. I do want to say this to Hassan Poppy Campbell. Let me say this to you. And I don't respond to you often because you're not someone I think I need to dignify with a response. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. And I'm not going to be disrespectful because I believe that you are a traumatized brother. And I hope you get the therapy and the treatment that you so desperately need. So I'm not going to disrespect my brother Hassan Poppy Campbell. But I do want to say this in all honesty to you, Hassan. This is in all honesty to Hassan Poppy Campbell. When you first came out and alleged to be a victim of Africa Bambaata, when you first came out and alleged to be a victim of Africa Bambaata, You came out very strong. You came out very positive, and you appeared to care about victims of sexual abuse. That's what I got from Hassan Poppy Campbell when I first heard him. When that whole story broke that Africa Bambaata was engaging in unhealthy behavior with young men, and Hassan Poppy Campbell came out and alleged that he was one of those victims along with B. Stinger and others. I thought Hassan was going to be the face of a movement that was going to look to hold sex offenders accountable for their abuse of children. This is what I thought. I said, that brother right there, he sounds strong, he sounds positive, and I think he's going to organize all the sexual assault victims in New York. I thought he was going to organize all the sexual assault victims in New York, get them together, and start a program to protect children and other people from being preyed upon by grown men and women. This is what I thought Hassan Poppy Campbell's movement was all about. This is what I thought. But I'm going to be honest with you, Hassan Poppy Campbell. And if you want to have a conversation with me, brother, we can have a conversation. To me, being a psychologist, I'm just being honest. To me, looking from the outside in, to me, it looks like you used your alleged victimhood to build a career as a social media YouTuber. That's what it looks like to me. I'm just being honest. I'm not disrespecting Hassan. I'm not throwing him under the bus. But to me, what appeared to be a movement to protect children from sex abuse. I'm talking to Hassan Campbell right now. I'm talking to Hassan Campbell right now. What appeared to me to be a movement to protect children from sex abuse became an opportunistic venture for one man to build a social media YouTube career off of his pain and the pain of other children. And I'm going to say this to you, Hassan, because you got time to fix this. I'm going to say this to you, Hassan Poppy Campbell, because you have time to fix this. It ain't too late. From man to man, if Hassan Campbell does not go back to his original crusade when he popped on social media talking about child sex abuse, if Hassan Campbell doesn't start a foundation, an organization, a task force, a movement, if Hassan Poppy Campbell doesn't do something productive, progressive, and positive to address child sex abuse in the black community, I'm going to have to label you a hypocrite. I'm just going to keep it honest, my brother. I'm just going to keep it honest, Hassan. Because what it looks like to me, brother, you are one of the top YouTubers. You are one of the top YouTubers, my brother. You're one of the top YouTubers. And to me, I think the money and the attention of YouTube threw you off your path. I think the money and the attention of YouTube threw Hassan Campbell off his task. So I'm going to challenge my brother Hassan Campbell, and I'm being respectful. Okay, I hope he responds in a respectful way, because I know he often gets triggered and go on his emotional trauma tangents. I know he can get triggered and go on his emotional trauma tangents. But I want Hassan Campbell in his next live, after he's done cursing me out, I want him to address why he has not, in all these years of being on YouTube, and I think he's been on YouTube for a good 5-6 years. He's been on YouTube a good 5-6 years. Why hasn't Hassan Campbell done anything to address child sex abuse? That's all I want to know from Hassan. Now, let me get back to this 50 years of hip hop, and I think I'm done with this topic. Let me get back to this 50 years of hip hop, and I think I'm done with this topic. But I would love to be the facilitator of the Africa Bambaata Community Tribunal on sex assault allegations. I would love to be the facilitator as a neutral party. As a neutral party, I would love to be a facilitator. I would love to be a part of the conversation about the Hip Hop Museum. Okay. And I would love to be a part of the conversation what we're going to do to sanitize hip hop of gangster rap in the next 50 years. So let me jump off of that. So that's my message for today. If anybody from the hip hop community want to have that conversation, I'm all ears. We might need to go in the Breakfast Club and have that conversation, but we cannot tolerate another 50 years of gangster rap. I don't care who don't like it. Gangster rap does not benefit our children. Gangster rap does not benefit our community. Gangster rap does not benefit our women. And gangster rap doesn't even benefit the hip hop community if we want to be honest about it. So that's Dr. Umar's message for today. And I bid everybody a farewell. Peace and Pan-Africanism.